When Shatta Wale first started calling Stonebwoy a disabled person, mocking him, walking the way he walked and all that, I quietly looked at Ghana to see what Ghana would do. Behind the scenes, I did what I could. I condemned it a number of times. This is not the first
Abusia wadi so adi hu se obepiem awo Europe anase Turkey anase obefa Turkey akwa akopiem Europe na yes wadi so adi hu ya message so behwe video akwa akosi awiye na Shatta Wale ni Stonebwoy so nsensem wa woni se ensem bibi ba amanfo bibi ateki side na ne dey Black Rasta so react to that issue anyone a take side ni na message so obestake around aha air3 state trends TV. I had the latest entertainment news, training news, viral videos, yes, reactions, and smart air course, say political news, say entertainment news, celebrity gossips, and I'm the some weekdays in the weekend, air 3 state trends TV. Me, I make say, me doing the question vibes, all the vibes, and I say, smart air course, information, it will be a say, and I'm the some so could people Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and watch it, brain, was search it, 3 state trends TV, no fully, and I my personal platform, and as my personal platform, question vibes, oh, follow me, and so send my friend request here. You build a wonderful family. Now, in this video, a young guy be of free Ghana. None of this will do so Turkey and also person ko Europe. I don't share a connection mind. The connection mind no emanate as I say. So think could do Turkey day obetini akwako do rem Europe. Na no ana ordinary experience anyhow any name of firm this connection man is atuya. If you watch a video now so watch your comment section.
Connection might be a catcher, me say. We drew Turkey to Europe there. We bet me crampan and Tiaquama na ye. And I may get to Muko drew Turkey. Now me drew Turkey na me say a quite away. I know old time. Just here the crata to free Europe at the Brewaha now they are called. Now me say, hey, Wafa na no crana okay or so a new Obeko easy cry. Me ankasa me check it when I'm from Turkey. I was 790 at twice when I see my family at twice to Macedonia. Macedonia and number saw twice to Bulgaria. Bulgaria and me saw twice to Serbia. Serbia ni number saw wom to Romania. Now Romania crampono, but through Romania se me saw ko me se me kofa say let's say me ko Ukraine. Hey! Me ko ni say so na it maba be boy uramutu. Poland the crap with the Kavidru and I, and I'm saying that Ben and the Pande Crata and Betumamba. As it is all check a crack. This 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 all check a crack. Media finable means here, may check a crack, be and free. Europe, and I'm so fine to an inch of Famisi Kamame. Or so what be drew Haname to Waba Europe for you. To Waka. Oh!
Sikana Sikano ashe.
Now, any day so, Black Rasta, yes, Black Rasta, or Nede or 3 FM. So I can say me and as well while making statements be about Shatta Wale Stonebwoy and Sensema. Ekoso for the past 1 week and some days, and some hold Ekoso abra Shatta Wale edi Stonebwoy ayare and as any demdi church Emma disability society for no so Emma no to say on me patch no yes a woman so a patch mum de namum amount for me because a chow pan of pie no and the team no and force man patch name on per se Shatta Wale na a video na or patch yes nene day de enya ho asem ne be kan Black Rasta edna no atosa insensem na mmenkotie Black Rasta insensem na was chese how enipa betimi edi obi edemdi anaso obi amane ebesresere no na emum Ghana fo bi ateki size mmenkotie Black Rasta also the side of the story anaso how ohun said the ensem no ekono ohun mese so ene dey your first time who channel na ene dim anu hit subscribe to na fe wa like video no share na aboa ama YouTube so I dey push video na ma so ya build a wonderful family wow hweme anaso wa wutie no wadwen kire won nsema hodo amde gu on anu number comment section ho yes enche kra no ye be bɔ nipa bi din nipa a wɔn aboa ma this channel grow wɔn comment no so yɛbɛ read mu comment no mɛsɛ sɛ aya no wayɛ wagye brɛ no wa comment no wa like video no wa share na onua so ahu deɛ ɛkɔ so wokɔ Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter aya no search Tuesday Trends TV and as my personal handle Kwesi Vibes na ya build a wonderful family. See you with another update. Yɛhwɛ video ahodoɔ no nyinaa na so kyerɛ wadwe.
When Shatta Wale first started calling Stonebwoy a disabled person, mocking him, walking the way he walked and all that, I quietly looked at Ghana to see what Ghana would do. Behind the scenes, I did what I could. I condemned it a number of times. This is not the first time Shatta Wale is calling Stonebwoy a disabled guy. It's happened time and again. He's mimicked the way he's walked. He's been on social media from that time, and social media never forgets. It's still in there. My brother, how did Stonebwoy get his disability, if it can be called a disability at all? In fact, he was a twin. His father narrated this story to me over 20 years ago. He said, listen, and his father kept telling me, he wasn't born like this, oh, he wasn't born like this, oh. Sometimes amidst tears, and his Stonebwoy can attest to this. He said, we were in a car with his twin brother. We were going somewhere, driving, and all of a sudden, boom, there was an accident. And that accident took the life of Stonebwoy's twin brother. It was not just a mere accident that gave him the so-called disability. It was an accident that took the life of his younger brother. If anybody would insult Stonebwoy at all, I don't think that they should be reminded of this gory thing that happened to this boy at that early age. It's saddening. I am not going to moralize it on anybody, because I know how in this country people are quick to take sides without bringing common sense to the table. Nobody wants to be reminded of the incident that happened. Somebody lost his brother, a twin brother, the brother that he slept in the same womb with, pushed out at the same time, albeit a couple of minutes difference. Nobody should ever be reminded of the goriness of that day. You have mocked this boy over and over, and blatantly you can see that it's had a toll on the mentality of Stonebwoy. Those of you who understand psychology, you will know by the way Stonebwoy behaves, you can tell that it's had a big toll on him. Number one, he tried to go and fix his leg. Several years after, it was said was impossible. I personally contributed to the fixing of his leg over 20 years ago, and he's been saying it. I don't need to say it. We tried to fix that leg, but we were told then that it wasn't possible. It will remain like that unless we had a hefty amount of money to fly him out. At the time, we couldn't even fly him to Togo. Today, my brother, my sister, if the boy, I still call him a boy, because at the time that he was introduced to me, he was just a little boy. My brother, he was given the chance to make money. And of course, now he tries to fix his leg. It's not perfect, but that's what it is. Should disability even be a certain kind of whatever? Let me tell you something. In Jamaica, they have a culture of the diss something. They diss each other. In dancehall, this simply means to insult, but they never use or call mother and father when they diss. It is a law in dancehall. You don't call somebody's mother. You don't call somebody's father. My brother, my sister. In other words, even in dancehall, there are rules of dissing. Again, I am not going to moralize it on anybody. But as it stands right now, I think that it's taking the disabled people society or people living with a disability too long to react to this. And you know, some people will tell you, a fight has no formula. Anything that you say to affect the next person so he can feel it, you will go ahead. Even if it's about mentioning their mother, mentioning their father. But I don't believe in that. My brother, you won't be enemies forever. Like me and Shatta Wale had our differences. After some time, we fixed it up in one way or the other. I am glad that I never mentioned anything that I would sit back and say, this is deep. I think I shouldn't have mentioned this. That's how it should go. You should always think about a day that you will come together again. And you wouldn't regret some really terrible things that you said. That will bar you from even coming together. Now the disability, the people living with disability. Now when you follow international laws, you realize that our diction has even changed because of these people. Now we don't call them disabled people. We call them people living with disability. Are you aware of that? We don't call them blind people. We say people who are visually impaired. We don't call them cripples anymore. You know what we call them? People with physical disability. Now these are words Shatta Wale uses every time. Cripple. You are a cripple. You are disabled. Don't fight an abled man. You see that? Now when you say this, you might think that you are attacking Stonebwoy alone, but you are attacking all people with disability, because you said it is because he is so wicked and is a bad man, that's why he's disabled. How about the one who died in the accident? Was he also bad? Please, let's be careful what we say. Let's be measured. I know when some people get angry, they say anything at all, but that's not an excuse. You got to work on it. If this was a country like America or England or such countries, my brother, Shatta Wale will be banned. In fact, the accounts have a saying, say yenyinia yensra kutia yansra akotia. You don't laugh at the short man. My brother, my sister, if you are not grown, you don't laugh at the look. Any accident can happen. A lot of musicians in Ghana smoke and drink, and I think Shatta Wale smokes and drinks too. I don't know what he smokes, I don't know what he drinks, but we have seen him several times smoking and drinking. My brother, anything can happen. If today you are disabled in one way or the other, should it call for people to laugh at you? Let's be careful. I believe that these are two wonderful brothers who can fix up differences. It might not take them the same time to come to the conclusion of being friends, but we must remember that it will not remain like this forever. Yes. And I'm so disappointed in a few people who are supporting this, all in the name of dancehall and music. No. My brother, my sister, anything can happen, especially that we live in a country where cars drive anyhow, where buildings are not put up well. Anything can break and fall on us and break our legs and break our hands. In that case, what do? We commit suicide. I'm glad Stonebwoy has not responded in any way. Well-meaning people would come into the picture, and I'm sure that they will be able to speak to those parties. And my brother, my sister, we believe that things might get better. You cannot be in America and go on a rant and call people disabled people and blah 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 people. Your music will all of a sudden be boycotted. Look at what happened to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods did not insult anybody as a disabled person. Tiger Woods did not insult anybody's mother or father like these two people are doing to each other. He went into a hotel room with a prostitute. He lost all his endorsement deals. Huh? Look at the other guy, Kanye West. Anti-Semitic talk. He lost all his endorsement deals. He lost everything. Today, he's one of the people that have gone quiet. That is a way they discipline people out there. Not in our country. The more you insult people, the more people run after you and clap for you. The more you insult people's mothers, call them disabled people, the more you misbehave, is the more people come after you. Please, if we don't say this, who else will say it? To God be the glory.